Manami! You forgot something. Huh? Where is she? Oh, there you are. Manami. Manami, you forgot your gym clothes. Huh?
I remember when I used to think of rain, I always thought of soggy feet and a lousy mood. I couldn't wait for the sun to come out and dry everything up. Now rainy days are the only time I get to go out while the sun is up. It's been so long since I was at a playground during the day. What was I thinking? There's only one person who'd come to a playground in the middle of a rainy day, and that's me. I guess I'm all alone, huh? Right, Panda? What are you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. What are you doing here? Look how cute! Is that your kitten?
I found it all alone out here. Do you think it'll die if it's left out in the cold rain? What should I do?
Maybe you could take it home and ask your parents if you can take care of it.
I could never ask my mommy that.
Huh? Do you think she'd really say no, even if you promised that you'd take care of it yourself? Unless maybe you don't like taking care of pets.
I really do. I really love animals a lot.
So why don't you ask her?
Because I know that my mommy will say no.
Do you really think so?
She gets really mad whenever I bring one back with me. She can get really scary sometimes. She gets really, really mad and acts like a totally different person. That's why I can't.
Where do you live?
In an apartment.
I see. So that's why she doesn't want you to have a pet. It's probably against the rules.
I don't know.
All right, how about if I look after it for you?
You will?
We can take turns taking care of it, okay? This can be our secret meeting place.
Okay. I guess this is your lucky day. My name's Shinji.
And my name's Riho. Say, can I hold her for a while?
All right, here.
Shinji!
Mommy.
I was worried about you. What have you been doing?
I was just here the whole time.
I sincerely hope that you weren't thinking of bringing that thing home. Were you?
Of course not. I just felt sorry for it because it was getting soaked in the rain.
Don't you touch it!
I wasn't going to touch it, I promise.
I've told you hundreds and hundreds of times never to touch animals, haven't I? And you promised me you wouldn't. Why are you disobeying me? Can't you see that I'm only saying this for your own good, Shinji?
Okay, Mommy. I'll never do anything you tell me not to do ever again. I promise I won't.
Excuse me, I don't see why you have to be so hard on him.
I don't know who you are, but I'm telling you to leave my son alone. Come on now. Let's go home and get you out of these wet clothes.
Mommy, you're hurting me.
Dead animals are cropping up one after the other around this one particular housing complex. And they're not just being... And on top of that, all the bodies have been gutted. The killings were first regarded as cases of extreme pranks, but they've been happening far too often. Your future rewards.
Huh?
The order was sent down directly from Central. We're counting on you to crack the case for us. Huh?
Oh, sorry. she snuck in here.
Huh? What the heck's this thing doing around here?
Well, I met a little boy at the playground today. He and I are gonna take turns taking care of it.
All right, let me get this straight. You met a boy at a playground and now you've got his cat?
It was a stray and it looked like it was about to die in the pouring rain. How could I just walk away?
That's fine. You're free to do anything you want. But I'd really appreciate it if you wouldn't bring it here, Riho. I don't like cat hair all over my clothes.
But Yayoi,
Give her a break. It's only a little cat.
Exactly. I knew you were a cut above the rest, Mr. Shido. Animal haters are really cold and unfeeling people, aren't they?
Once again.
Oh my gosh, what is all this? Oh, the poor things. Isn't that...
You know the place?
This photo? The playground where I found this cat was near this apartment complex.
Very interesting.
All right, it's time to get to work. Let's get going. Are you still debating whether or not to take this case, Shido?
No, but there is something bothering me.
What is it?
Devouring the organs of animals often turns out to be the work of low-level breeds.
Right. So?
They may have less power, but they've got a nasty disposition.
So you're saying they're not very nice. What else is new?
Low-level breeds make up for their lack of power by exploiting human nature.
Exploiting human nature? Oh.
Yes, whatever it is, it won't be pretty.
There's nothing strange about this apartment complex. Riho! Did you remember to bring the kitty with you today?
Of course, and it's all dry now,
Wow,
too.
you're right. Oh, he's so warm and soft and cuddly.
I hope one day she'll realize what she's become and act accordingly.
Hey, you think it's okay if I take care of it this weekend?
Sure you can, but...
Don't worry, it's our secret. I'll make sure my mommy doesn't find out.
All right, I'll leave her with you then, okay?
Uh-huh. I'll meet you back here at the playground next week.
Well, when you see kids like him who really love their pets, it makes you wonder how anyone could be so horrible to animals. Huh?
Hey, what's going on? That woman's hysterical. What's all the commotion about? Hey, watch it.
You know her?
She's the mother of that little boy. But I remember that she was...
As frightening as if she'd been possessed by a demon.
Huh? That's exactly right. How did you know, Mr. Shido?
Let's go.
This time it's a dog. It's horrible.
Someone's got...
I really shouldn't have been so curious. Ugh.
Shido, what do you think?
Oh no, do you think she'll find the cat?
I'm sure it'll make an ideal sacrifice.
We've got to save the kitten before she finds it and kills it.
In any case, we've got to locate and destroy the breed.
Right.
What are you trying to hide from me?
It's nothing. I'm not hiding anything from you, Mommy. I promise. Mommy, please, don't take it away. Mommy!
That's her over there.
She's certainly behaving pretty strange.
What did you do with that kitten you were holding? Am I too late? Please! tell me, just what were you planning to do with that kitten? Ma'am, are you even listening to me?
You wouldn't understand.
Oh,
Hi! Did the kitty ever come back?
no.
I see. But I wouldn't worry about it too much, you know. I can tell our kitten's a pretty tough cookie. The other cats won't push it around. But I was wondering, do you have any idea why your mom seems to hate animals so much?
I really don't have any idea. But is it just because of hate? Is that all it is?
What do you mean?
You know, don't you? There have been lots of animals that have been killed around here. All those animals are the ones that I brought home. Every time Mommy would get really mad, and then she would go and get rid of them. But they all ended up dead the next day. But it wasn't her, was it? You don't think she's the one who did it, do you?
Of course not. There's no way your mom would do that. I'm sure she wouldn't.
Just as I thought.
Yayoi, hold on a second. If you shoot her, how will Shinji be able to survive on his own without a mother?
At least he won't have to go through the rest of his life being brought up by a mother who's possessed by a creature of the night.
That may be true, but...
It's inside. The breed is inside the apartment.
Please, stop it! What are you doing? Please, don't open that door! Nobody's in there! Listen to me!
It's the boy.
My son's innocent. Can't you see he's got nothing to do with this?
Shinji, no. It can't be.
What are you going to do to him? I'm begging you, please just leave the two of us alone!
Ma'am!
Stop! You can do whatever you want with me, but don't touch him, please! Just leave him alone!
He's not your child anymore. He's a savage beast that sucks the life out of God's creatures.
I don't care what he is. He's my son, and as long as he's alive, I'll always love him.
You're wrong. He's been dead for a long time.
Dead?
He's only a host to a low-level breed now.
That's not true! It is true that Shinji did come very close to dying one time, but then he came back to me! My boy came back and he's very much alive now. This isn't happening. This can't be happening. Shinji can't be dead. How could my boy be dead? This isn't real. It can't be. I know. He's sick. He's just sick. He'll get better soon. Shinji. Shinji, wake up, sweetheart. Wake up, Shinji. Can't you hear me, Shinji? Shinji! 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 Shinji!
So that's when the breed took the opportunity to possess him.
My son isn't dead. Shinji is still alive. Can't you see there's nothing wrong with my son?
So you didn't kill all those animals. You were protecting him, but Shinji killed them all.
It's not his fault, you hear me? He'd never do anything like that. He couldn't have. My son's a good boy. He's not capable of something so horrible. There's absolutely no way he could.
You cannot face the fact that your child has been committing such acts of horror, which is why you finally became obsessed with keeping him away from animals. You buried it deep inside, along with the tiny remains of his victims.
But how?
Living like this must have been like living in hell.
Indeed it must have been, but it's time that we end this nightmare here and now.
Shinji, wait! Stop it!
What are you doing?
You're right, this is just like being in hell. Every day of our lives is hell. But I'll take hell any day over losing my son. I don't care what happens to me, as long as my son is all right.
You must try to understand. This isn't your son anymore. He's become a monster. A creature condemned to the darkness.
I'm afraid that you must be wrong. You see, this is my only child. He's the product of all the love and determination in the world. After all, see this little mole here? He's had it since he was born. He got this scar from banging into a coffee table as a baby. Look at his eyebrows. They're exactly like mine.
I've gotta say, that's one screwed up lady.
Now you see why I was reluctant to take the case.
You're leaving them at large. So what am I supposed to say in my report?
Never mind the breed. The mother's the real menace. Why don't you put that in your report?
I'll do whatever I have to do for you, Shinji, as long as you and I can be together. That's all I need. That's all I'll ever need. Ha 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 ha.